keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow. This feeling's too intense.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. It's been said that Karl Anthony Towns is the prototypical modern big man in the league. There's no doubt that he's a star with all the potential in the world, but would you guys agree he represents the future of that position?
You know, I like him one because he's from Jersey, and he can play inside and outside. He's lengthy and strong, but he's very mobile, agile, and futile.
His skill set is covered by every player.
Fruitile?
Oh, no question.
I got that
What's
from,
fruitile?
I got it from Dick Vitale. I don't know.
Fruitile?
I heard Dick Vitale say it.
What does fruitile mean?
Fruitile is like it's fruitful, but it's got a lot of tile to
But
it.
it's futile as well. It's a futile
He got a lot of
fruitfulness.
tile to it.
It's got a lot of tile to it.
Fruitile.
That means he can
Thanks,
lay
Kenny.
it down. He's got a lot of tile to his
Yeah.
fruit.
That's
You know
right,
what I
Ernie
mean?
can lay his game down.
He can lay it down.
And his
Sorry.
game is sweet like
Sorry,
fruit.
I'm so out of step.
Yeah, you're not a
Almost
millennial.
time for the tip-off. See you next time.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And now, your Minnesota Timberwolves starting line. At the small forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 8, at the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 67, Ty Gibson. Point guard position, 6 feet 1 inches, number 0, Jack Teague. The other guard, standing 6'8", number 22, Andrew Wiggins.
Welcome, everyone, to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Taking a look at Golden State, a superb ball club playing a great brand of basketball. #1 record right now in the NBA.
And coming off their championship last season, that success, I believe, carried right over into this one. They played at a high level all year long and stand poised to make another run at the title.
Not sure if it's cockiness. It feels just like extreme confidence as they enter every game with a bullseye on their back.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's McGee in at the center position. And Brent, in your younger years, your dad, of course, played for the Golden State Warriors. You have connections with the Bay Area, certainly. Any memories of watching the old Warriors team play?
Well, of course, Kevin. I was a ball boy when I was 4 years old, and I remember getting into the locker room and having a chance to get on the practice court and riding to the arena with my dad. And then my years in high school when I made my way there to watch Run TMC and spent my summers with Chris Mullen trying to get myself ready for the NBA. I love the Bay Area. I love where I'm from, and I have to admit it. I love the Warriors.
Elitza with the bucket.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah, you can start to creep away off of certain people, but this is an early warning shot from him. Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Here's T following the score by Golden State. Towns the screen. T kicks to Towns. Wiggins with it, guarded now by Durant. Here's Gibson, and that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Durant. The rebound by Gibson.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Stolen by Durant. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
I'll tell you, Durant's ability to handle the ball at his size, impossible to stop on the drive once he gets that step on you.
T kicks to Wiggins. Wiggins drawn the double team. Towns in the corner. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Towns has got his first 3 points of the game.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession. And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Here's Teague. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. The pass to Bielitsa. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Curry with the rebound. Green passes to Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And Clay using his size down low to carve out just enough room, and then the high release point. Couldn't get to it.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Now they have not won yet in 2 meetings against this team, but Coach says he expects a different story tonight. He expects them to attack more offensively and worry a little less about waiting for the perfect shot. We'll see if that approach lets them win this first game in the season series. Kevin?
Nice job, David. Thanks. So, guys, they're focusing on the offensive end here early.
And that means we could be in for a good one. If they really do execute like Coach wants them to, this could be a high-scoring affair.
Concentrating on offense doesn't mean fast break or open court action. Sometimes it's just about running plays and getting the best possible shot with each possession.
The offensive rebound, and Towns gets it to go.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either. And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take-charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Now here's Gibson. His last outing, he had 18 points. Elitza with the bucket.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man.
McGee's shot is off.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Towns the screen. Durant with the steal. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Durant's got 8 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now here's Teague. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
Here is Durant. It's a 3-point game.
And if you're open, Draymond Green will find you. He's got a great feel.
Wiggins with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Just watch the way the Warriors run their offense, and you have to think about the way that Steve Kerr had set things up. So many options and cuts on every play, using the three-point line to spread out the defense and find angles and niches to attack. Rarely relies on the ever-present NBA isolation plays.
Warriors leading by 7. Inside, here's Green. It's rebounded by T. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Shot's good by Durant.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And with the fluid offense that Kerr has the Warriors running right now, Brent, it's as effective as it gets and has been for his whole tenure. The passing is just superb.
Well, it's an unreal offensive system with unreal shooters, Kevin. And so, guys understand that if we keep moving around and we keep moving the ball, everybody's going to have a shot to make a shot and to make the kind of contributions to the team offensively that they're used to. The fantastic part about what Steve's done, though, is the accountability on the defensive end, as Golden State is one of the primetime defenses every year.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
Well, unfortunate's a good word, Greg, but on the other hand, you have to make an adjustment. Not every game is going to be called the same way, so adjust to the whistle.
And a quick look at how things have been since the All-Star break, checking out the three-point shot ratio for the Warriors.
And they have been feasting from long range, shooting with volume and accuracy. It's been a good recipe for them offensively, and boy, it puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses to try and cover all that space.
Curry against T. Six to shoot. Back to Wiggins. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to Portland.
Yeah, and they were just shaky at times when it mattered most in that game, and it cost them.
Yeah, Greg, I think you're right there. At major turning points, they'd miss a series of shots, they'd make some mistakes, and it led to the wipeout.
No good from Gibson.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Loved the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
Shots good by Durant.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Timberwolves trail by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Good on the shot.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And Durant comes to help. Wiggins with it, picked up by Thompson. Bjelica. And it's off from three-point range. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Thompson. Durant's got 24.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And Durant comes to help. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. He's averaging 10 points a game, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you again. During that draft, I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So the best part about that, Kevin, I'll tell you this, is the fast forward button.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the first pick. We could fast forward that, or the second, or the third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Jang, he's checked in for Gibson. Crawford comes in for Bielitsa. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
Livingston, that's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Love the way that Sean Livingston goes to work when he's on the floor. He knows exactly what his strengths are and how to run an offense. He can act as a scorer at times and usually does it from that mid-range post area. As a guard, not many three-point shots, but devastating from about 8 feet out.
And with the height that Sean Livingston has, he provides a mismatch for smaller guards. Also can pass right over the top of them. Brett, I got to tell you, he reminds me a bit of how you used to play.
Well, there's no way that I had that kind of postgame, Kevin, but it's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Sean does a great job, however, of finding the spots on the floor where he can be most effective. He does not try to do things whenever he's not at that 12 to 16-foot range where he does most of his damage.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. He's been dominant over the last month. 4th in rebounding, 9th in free throw percentage. And he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
Now here's Crawford. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. Offensive rebound. Here's Towns. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Towns has got 7 points in the game.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
So it's Minnesota now. The Warriors making the shot. Crawford outside. Over Iguodala. No good off the back of the rim. Warriors leading by 23. Lays it up off the glass. Bell's got his second bucket.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Jones kicks to Crawford. Thompson comes with the double team. It's stolen by Bell. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Good predictive steal by Klay Thompson. Makes a great read. Snatches that one away. Gets in the passing lane.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Crawford dishes to Jones. Crawford outside. Launches it. Jang. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Thompson. Tries again. Bell's shot is good. He's got 6.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now here's Wiggins. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Will it go? The Timberwolves get it back in a new 24. Goes up with it again. Jang, no luck.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's Thompson. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
One shot.
That free throw good from Thompson.
And in just a few seasons, Klay Thompson has matured and established himself as the gold standard for the two-guard position in the NBA.
Crawford, no luck. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. Over Crawford. And Klay Thompson again. Thompson's got 14.
Thompson doing a good job of squaring himself up on that shot. Defended well, but still capable of nailing jumpers.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too, not saying I don't. But they're both fans and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little something over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
Well, there's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
Wiggins and Jang at the small forward and power forward spots. Crawford out there with Jones, and it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Iguodala gets the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Crawford outside. Kicks it to Wiggins. Here's the 3. They get it back.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Iguodala, that's good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Outside, Jones feeds it to Crawford. Passes to Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point. Well, from our angle, that looked like that was going in. But defense, fantastic how they contested it.
Dishes it to Towns. They get the rebound. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Now here's Jones. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Young comes over to help. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Livingston. And he slams it down right on top of Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, 6'7", Sean Livingston still can get up there and rock the rim.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jones kicks to Crawford. It's stolen by Livingston. And now here comes Young leading the break. Oh!
No, that just happened.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
The Warriors have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 6 assists in the game. Crawford outside. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And again, Nick Young. Young's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Timberwolves have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Crawford, no one around him. Crawford missing again.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
It's good.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Bielitsa, who's checked in for Minnesota. And the Warriors also making a change. Curry's checked in for Bell. And Bielitsa has it in the corner. Crawford outside. A three-pointer is right on target. Crawford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Jamal Crawford, the guy who has won multiple Sixth Man of the Year awards, and the guy that comes off the bench and provides you with some instant offense, ready to shoot and certainly ready to shake a defender with those incredible handles.
Iguodala with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Livingston, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Crawford.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. The pick and roll takes great timing for both players and a feel for the game and what the defense is going to show. Brent, in your opinion, which tandems are the best at running it?
Well, I think Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams have really done a great job of establishing a great chemistry in the pick and roll. And it's interesting, Kevin, because as centers and point guards play together, the more games that they have, the more used to one another they are in terms of sometimes setting good hard screens and sometimes not really setting a screen at all, setting up the slip and creating opportunities that way. Russell Westbrook, Steven Adams, Chris Paul, insert player here. Pretty good combination.
Yeah, I like that. In other sports, the drafts have so many rounds, the scouts have a lot of work to do, but with only 2 rounds in the NBA draft, Brent, can the GM really just cover most of it?
I think the GMs, at least the smartest GMs, Kevin, have a great team behind them that gets out there, gathers as much information as possible, and does as much in terms of not only the play, but the player, the dynamics of the player, his characteristics, what he's about, to bring all that information to a general manager and present it to him before the draft. Teams do a great job of targeting guys that they think are going to enhance their roster.
And now the international realm comes into play too.
Well, if I signed you up for my Mediterranean scouting service, Kevin, would you do it?
Yeah, I do it for free.
I'll see you over there.
There's your run out. Great individual play.
Yeah, beats the transition defense up the floor, and then the easy finish. Boy, those feel good.
Now here's Jones. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Bjelica up again. Here's Gibson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Gibson using his body on the boards. He's great at using his timing to leap up and collect a second chance.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's Teague following the miss by Draymond Green. By himself, and Green slams it in.
When Draymond Green sees that he can get out into the lane, he can run the floor with some speed.
Here's Teague. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Down low. The shot missing. Good defensive work there by Young.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Here's T. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Shoots the 3. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And there's Green on the assist by Curry. And that's 12 points for Draymond Green.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jones, the pass to Jang. Fires for 3. Here's Gibson. Durant with some nice D. And it's the Warriors' ball. And it's Green slamming it down.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
The Timberwolves shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Out left to the wing. And Bjelica kicks to Jones. Pass to Teague. Here's Bjelica from the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Bjelica's got 18 points in the game.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Jones. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. To the inside, Jang, and finished off by Jang.
We talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
And Green slams it in.
Well, Curry plays with such incredible rhythm and joy, not just in how he shoots the basketball, but really enjoys passing it as well.
Here's Teague. Pass to Bjelica. To the middle. Here's Jang. Here's Gibson. Nice work on the board. He's paying off with the basket. Gibson's got 4 this quarter.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Yes, that goes in.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
T kicks to Jones. Jang, a screen. The dish to T. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And he's good on the 3 ball. Bielitsa's got 21 in the game.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Jones with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
No doubt you can see Teague get hit, but what focus to be able to knock down the shot afterwards.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Golden State. Thompson comes in for Sean Livingston.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And the book on T. Greg is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
Jang, a screen. T kicks to Bielitsa. To the paint. He feeds it to Jang. Shoots over McGee. It's Bielitsa, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. Brent, every team's looking for skilled bigs who can hit the 3, defend the perimeter, pull out other bigs. At what point do we start seeing 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" guards? I guess we're kind of getting a glimpse of that now.
Yes, with apologies to Magic Johnson and what he was able to do through his career with the Lakers. Those guys are all throughout the league already. I mean, we've already hit that mark, Kevin, where we're seeing some of these guys do extraordinary things in terms of their skill with the basketball in open space. Thank you, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram. I find it amazing, though, don't you?
I really do. And to say that the game is not better than it was, watching what these young players are capable of, and I'm just talking purely in...
Oh! You saw that.
Well, at 6'9", Taj Gibson has the ability to get up there and throw it down.
Here's Durant. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Durant's got 8 here in the quarter.
He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
And Durant comes to help. Here's Jang. Second chance shot. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Higgins is checked in, and the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Here's a look at which players have been the most adept at finding and hitting high percentage shots since the All-Star break. Second is Taj Gibson.
His touch around the bucket has been outstanding. I mean, he has missed very few of the good looks he's gotten.
Here's Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 34 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
And Bjelica has it in the corner. Wiggins with it, picked up by Thompson. The feed to T. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And it's Durant with the rebound. And it's Golden State's ball. Their last encounter was in Oakland.
And I felt like they came out of that with a terrific game plan, especially on the offensive end.
The defense seemed to be swirling and guessing about where the attack was coming from, inside, outside, and in transition.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by T. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Timberwolves. Crawford comes in for Bjelica. And Golden State also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. The Warriors shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Here's Curry with the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Man, the D is all over him, but this is a special, special score. Timed his jumper perfectly there.
Towns the screen. Curry brings the double. T dishes to Wiggins. The offensive rebound.
That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Towns with it. Now Green defending. Shots good by Gibson.
Yeah, he's had bad first quarters before and has dug himself out. Here's another one tonight.
Here's Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Nice recognition from Steph Curry there. Sees the space to shoot into the paint and then took full advantage.
With one on the clock, Karl Anthony Towns again.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 34 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, it comes down to confidence. From the opening tip, these guys had that swag. They had the attitude that you can't beat us, we could only beat ourselves.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Setting the floor for the Warriors, the sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. Offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. And it's McGee in at the 5 spot. And here's the shot chart as we see how things are going for Green.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. The Warriors shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And then Durant with the jam.
And we've seen it so many times throughout his career. Durant putting on a scoring clinic on the hardwood.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. He is not resting on his laurels. He said, "I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times." Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. Puts up a 3. Good on the triple. Bielitsa's got 28 points for the game.
Well, Teague has his binoculars on, able to find his man for that open look.
And Draymond Green was asked if he would be a different player, Brent, if he wasn't so vocal. His response was that he absolutely would.
Well, he's 100% right. I played with Gary Payton in Seattle, and if he wasn't yapping, he wasn't playing as well. I would say that Draymond Green falls into that sort of category. He brings an edge, he brings an intensity, and that helps the other guys on the team settle into the roles that they feel most comfortable with.
Curry brings the double. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Towns sets the pick for Teague. The pass to Bielitsa. He dishes it to Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get it back. Tries again. Fires for 3.
Yeah, they got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
Teague against Thompson. Teague, the pass to Towns. Over Durant.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it. Beginning this half, 1 of 5.
Here's Green, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's now 22 points for Draymond Green. For Minnesota, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. And Towns gets it to go. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. The drive by...
Draymond Green's going to be very excited about that play.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. They double him with Green. Teague with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Knocked loose. And Bielitsa kicks to Wiggins. No good from outside. Warriors have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Nice shot by Thompson.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timberwolves have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast. He's so good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Towns is doubled. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Pachulia's checked in. And here is Teague. He kicks it to Towns. Out to the wing. It's Bielitsa. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Warriors have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Timberwolves shooting just 34% from the floor. Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Golden State. Thompson's got his third rebound tonight. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. T kicks to Towns. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And let's take a moment to look at some stats for Teague. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, putting up about 18 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he is in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
On the wing, Wiggins trying to get back on track. Again, Wiggins missing.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
Outside Teague. Kicks it to Towns. Feeds to Wiggins. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Pachulia, no luck. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Curry brings the double. And Bielitsa kicks to Gibson. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Good job by Taj using his muscle on that shot, even when you rough him up.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Crawford comes in for Wiggins, and Jones subbed in for Teague. That's good from Gibson.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
Livingston, that's good.
A terrific movement off of the dead ball situation and a great play to get the bucket.
Crawford against Thompson. Thompson comes with the double team. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford. This gives us the chance to view the best three-point shooting teams this season. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Warriors, number 1.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
The Warriors shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Shooting 1.
And Bell, no good on that one. Minnesota shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. It's stolen by Bell. Livingston dishes to Young. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Young's got 10 points.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Jones kicks to Bielitsa. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
The Warriors shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Klay Thompson. And the second free throw, good. And the Timberwolves with possession here. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Crawford against Young. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Jang. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He's got 8. Tries it from 9. Here's Bell, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul called on Minnesota. The Warriors have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
Two.
The free throw drops for Bell. And so Bell nails both of them. Timberwolves shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. Got a piece of it. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Jang with a screen on Young. Pass to Bielitsa. Jones with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Just 3 to shoot. Crawford's shot is good.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford looking comfortable from behind the arc on that one. Tough to lock him down out there. You're worried about him driving around you.
Julia, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Timberwolves shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Dishes it to Jang. And he drops it in from the low post. Jang's got 4 points in the quarter.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
Pachulia. Here's Iguodala, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Jones kicks to Bielitsa. Outside, Jones. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Jang with the screen for Crawford. It's stolen by Livingston. And now, in transition, here we go. Iguodala. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Good hustle by Iguodala, an alert defender who you can't be too careless around.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Jang a screen. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Warriors. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And checking out Minnesota, sitting there 4 spots below.
And seeing where the Warriors are, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
The only people whose minds have changed are the people who said they were going to have a down year. There is no one left saying that.
Out left to the wing, it's Bielitsa. Misses the 3.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
What is nice to see from Iguodala in the tail end of his career, Brent, is that he has actually gotten more efficient from the floor.
Well, Iguodala does a good job of picking and choosing his spots, and I think having the teammates that he has, drawing that kind of attention, guys like Curry, Durant, and certainly Klay Thompson from the perimeter, opens up opportunities that Iguodala just can read so very well. Doesn't need to be risky with anything he does offensively.
And the shot goes in.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
The Timberwolves shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And the 3-ball is good. Bielitsa's got 8 here in the quarter.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And Pachulia over to help. And Bielitsa kicks to Crawford, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Crawford's got 8.
That's how you set up your teammates, done with a little bit of flair.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Warriors.
And now a look at Sean Livingston. Some stats on him. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 4 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working. And I think things will turn around.
This is where your character can be tested, his will to fight through this kind of adversity, but I think he's got a good chance.
McGee's gone 50% so far, 2 of 4 shooting. Crawford with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Crawford kicks to Jones. And Gibson now atop the key, and Bielitsa has it in the corner. No good on the triple.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboards.
Well, rooting out guys for his position and then outworking them, so you add fundamentals with the effort. Leader by example. Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Jones. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Tipped away. It's stolen by Bell. Down low. Livingston, that's good.
That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
When all we're doing is thinking about our offense, not playing any defense. Can't win like that.
Tom Thibodeau obviously frustrated, wanting to see more stops on the defensive end.
And no doubt about it, the best teams are those that can kind of hunker down when they need to and force the other side into taking bad shots.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Cole Aldrich. Gorgie Dang is out there with Brown. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Crawford at the 2 spot. Misses from the corner. The Warriors' shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. McGee drops in the layup for 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Crawford outside. Pass to Rose. Granted, it's an era of shorter player contracts, sometimes with opt-outs after 1 or 2 years. Does that breed too much of a win-now mentality among teams?
Oh, so shorter contracts, Kevin, but taller players?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, all right. It's interesting the way that teams want to set themselves up. Obviously, if you have a bona fide star, you want to do what you can to lock him up and have him as part of your organization and the concrete and the foundation for what you do moving forward. But a lot of guys certainly on the move and on loan for seasons where they want to take a shot at the true contenders.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Pass to Jang. Back to Rose. Jang, a screen. Over in the corner, Brown. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
And Livingston did play point guard his first couple years, knows how to operate the offense, that time with the pass.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Rose kicks to Zhang. It's stolen by Bell. And now the fast break. Bell with the ball. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Rose.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
A free throw drops for Bell.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Brent, the NBA has a new CBA, a collective bargaining agreement. How big a win is this for everyone involved?
I don't think the league has been in a better situation than it is right now, Kevin. And for the fact that labor discussions all took place behind closed doors without anything sneaking out underneath them, I think it was great for the league. It's been great for Adam Silver. It's been great for the Players Association. So it's nice to see the train keep rolling.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Outside Rose. There's the pass to Georges Hunt. Knocked away. It's stolen by Bell. And here we go. Bell heading to the hoop.
Oh! Ouch! Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. They set the screen, and it's Brown missing. The Warriors have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Caspi, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Passes it to Georges Hunt. Here's Aldrich. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
And Brent, every year on average, it seems like players get a little taller, they can jump a little higher, they run a little faster. What are your thoughts about raising the rim above 10 feet where it stands now?
That's a great question, Kevin. I don't think that's happening anytime soon, but I
can see you shaking your head and you kind of laughed at it.
I just can't see it
happening.
happening.
The game is hard enough as it is right now, right? Is that what you're saying?
It is. I like your idea about making the court a little bit bigger, but 10 feet seems to be a pretty good number for where that tin sits.
About right, huh? No good on that one. And he can't hit the second.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 13-5 run. The shot's good from McGee.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. Releases from 15. They get it back. Count it.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Minnesota shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Here's Rose. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Rose has got 5 points now this quarter.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. There's the dish to Towns. Rose in the post. Good D by Bell. Here's McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Georges Hunt kicks to Towns. Fires from 14. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Here's Livingston. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widen?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So Maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Brooks checked in for Derrick Rose. And Towns drops them both.
And for a player with his size, Towns has always been very comfortable at the free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit. Oh, nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Jacks up a 3. Goes back up. Brooks, the pass to Aldridge. It's Brown on the wing. It's stolen by Bell. And it's McGee with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
But when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop it. What a year for JaVale McGee to re-find his form and some confidence as an NBA player. Signed with the Warriors, played his way into their rotation, and after being on the verge of possibly being out of the NBA, he was a huge piece of a championship caliber team.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And for McGee, a lot of it was just finding the right situation.
Well, to me, for McGee, it wasn't so much about the fit and the style of play. It was about the character around him. And I think that Steve Kerr and collectively the roster just wanted to empower JaVale McGee to go out and be effective on the floor. What a tremendous comeback year for that young player.
Both free throws good from McGee. With the premium placed and outside shooting Brent, plus defensive rules that lessen the need to defend in isolation, will we see guys playing for more years than ever before? Less wear and tear because there's less of it inside in games.
You know, it's a great point, Kevin. I think that you're right about that. I also think that whatever we're doing off the court in terms of the players with nutrition and training regimen, that's going to be another reason why we'll see players be very effective well into their late 30s and sometimes into their early 40s, which is about my limit, Kev. I'm still effective at 45.
You are. Very effective at 45. Aldridge, no good. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Here's Young. It's hauled in by Brown.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
And it's in there.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Here's Bell, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Towns, and there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Warriors shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game.
Well, how about a shift in your offensive consciousness? Start to find Sean Livingston, give him the ball.
The Timberwolves shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. It's stolen by Livingston. Young outside. Shot from the wing. Again, Golden State. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Crawford kicks to Aldridge. Gibson setting a pick for Brown. He feeds it to Gibson. Stolen by McGee. And Young with the stuff.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. The Timberwolves shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Offensive rebound. A shot's good from Aldridge.
And not having the same impact on the offensive glass that they did in the first half. It would help them cut into this lead if they could create some more second chances. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Brooks outside. Here's the screen. Now the feed to Aldridge. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Aldridge has got 6 in the quarter.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
And he's just working and working and working. Tireless.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Bell. For the finish. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Can't sneak the ball around the long arms of Livingston. He clogs up the passing lanes well.
A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. Brooks kicks to Aldridge. He dishes it to Crawford. Here's Gibson. It's rebounded by Golden State. McGee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's Thompson off the drive. Took him no time at all on that one. Thompson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, defense, this is your coach calling. Could you find Klay Thompson? Thank you.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt. Crawford with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. Crawford kicks to Aldridge. Lays it up and banks it in.
This is where you want the shots to come from, deep inside the paint and high percentage opportunities.
McGee and the slam dunk by McGee.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And it's good assisting on the play with Livingston.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
Crawford outside. Lets the 3 fly. But he stays with it.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They lead. 23 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his play at the point has been nothing short of outstanding here tonight, Kevin. I've lost track of the number of assists he's made. That's a player who understands how to create a potent, balanced attack.
He came off the bench to give them a major boost and prevent 2 straight losses. That's just the kind of contribution you're hoping to get from your bench. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Here's Jang, and finished off by Jang.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
And just a perfectly designed play. Anytime you can get a dunk on the inbounds, you know the X's and O's were in the right spot.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Minnesota with the ball. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Very intense game tonight. How did you guys keep your emotions in check?
Well, we love a physical game, and we're not going to back down from anything. This is a great team. We respect them. They've been playing well this year, but we wanted to come in here and get a win, especially after losing last game.
Yeah, you turned it around and got that W and maybe turned things around. Thanks, KD. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.